And we are live.
Yes.
Welcome to the month of April, everybody. And we're here today together.
Yes.
We haven't been together since, I think, live since November, maybe, of last year. December of last year. So it's a treat for us to be together. And then we discovered, because the universe, provides, that we are both wearing black today. We can talk about what black means and why we might have been wearing this color today. So welcome to
the month of decluttering.
Yes, our life of the month. One of the things we wanted to say, because it's important for us to talk about the process and connecting the dots for ourselves and others, is we've started this year in January setting intention. So what is that we want to do, or who do we want to be in this 2022? So we talked about that and how it is important to have clarity in terms of what we want. In February, we talked about love, and love for ourselves, love for our loved ones, and for others in general, including strangers, people in need, Mother Earth. And then we went into womanhood. So we've been doing a lot of internal work, supporting each other and supporting others. And, we got into the month of decluttering. So in order for us to create, this is what we believe, that in order for us to create space for new things, we need to just let go of those things that are not serving us anymore. And decluttering has to do with exactly that.
Yeah, we move along our lives. We change jobs, we change houses, we change cities, and sometimes
we change friends.
Yeah, the different stages of life, and sometimes we keep carrying without taking the time to look to those things and decide and choose. We keep, accumulating and carrying over, and sometimes it becomes a burden. So we are heavy, we cannot find things, we are lost in things, and we really don't realize what's going on. And sometimes what's going on is we have too much of everything, too much of memories, too much of grudges, too much disenchantment, too much stuff. So today we would like to take a look at that and see what we can achieve and discover.
Yeah. So one of the things that we always do is we start with ourselves, and we start with decluttering our bodies and preparing for what's coming. So why don't we start today by, talking about how to declutter our own breathing.
Yes. A little experiment. I'm going to do first myself, and then I will invite you to do it. So I will inhale deep and exhale long to exhale all the air in my lungs. Okay, so I inhale. Let's say I will experiment. I will do a little trick and inhale long, exhale, or inhale deep, exhale long, and then I will open my mouth to check whether I have still air in my lungs. So, and then I will invite you to do it.
So inhale and exhale through the nose.
Through the nose, okay. And then open your mouth. And
at the end. Okay.
So let's we will model, and then we will invite you to do it. So in. Eggs. So sometimes we believe that we are not clinging into things. We still are. So there is more room to free up and open than we think. And when we really let all the air, talking about the breathing, we let the breath go, and it's a nice metaphor. Many times, what we let go is things that are stagnant, that no longer serve us. So we can really intake more oxygen, energy, prana, whatever your belief system is, when we really let go those things that no longer serve us, that were relevant, were meaningful, no longer. And in order to really create the circle of life, we need to let go. So we will invite you now to do it 3 times. So inhale deep, exhale long through the nose, and then open your mouth and see how much air still is inside, and then inhale again. We will do it 3 times. Okay? So starting now. Sometimes I realize that we don't let the air go because we are afraid that there is not going to be enough. That I will not have enough oxygen. And time again, the universe tells us that there is enough oxygen. Thanks God.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in what other aspects of our lives we might be telling ourselves that we don't have enough.
And as we said in Latin America, más vale malo conocido que bueno por conocer. So we hold on to something, even if it's stale air, just in case there is not enough.
Yeah?
Yes.
And Elena, I wanted to ask you, why are we talking about decluttering? Why is decluttering important? And what is the meaning of decluttering? Because it's not just throwing out stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot about honoring
those
things, those people, those experiences that have helped us get to where we are today.
Correct.
And that no longer serve us. They had the purpose. We were very happy or not with what we had, and now it's time to let go.
Yeah. Sometimes we crystallize and get stationary in life, holding on to things, and letting it go in a responsible and gentle way is what we are proposing. Sometimes we believe that we are not happy because we are lacking something. And what we believe is, in order to get more air, we need to let go what was important and maybe no longer is, or is not as central as it was before. And the confidence that we will find what we want, we can call in what we want, as long as we have the space. If we keep the air, inside our lungs, we cannot breathe because, we are full. So being available and being empty sometimes is a little scary, is the necessary transition to fill up again, probably with different things. So we accumulate in life relationship, stuff, things, sometimes our sentiments. Many times, at least in my life, it was very true for me for many years, grudges. We are angry and we nurture our anger because we want to remember that we are angry because you did blah, blah, blah. And really,
how much is that serving us?
Is a little poisonous. So as we springtime, we open the windows and we do our spring cleaning. Doing a spring cleaning in our body and with ourselves, we believe that is relevant to give space to whatever comes next.
Yeah, or to create something new. Next month, we're going to talk about motherhood.
Yes.
So if we're going to give birth to something or someone, then we need this space for that new or renewed thing to exist and to expand.
Yes. And as Martha was saying, it's not when we are letting things go, it's not like, it's really looking at what was, even if it was a grudge that served a purpose at a given point of our lives. So acknowledging, honoring, and letting go. So there is a piece, it's not an act of anger or dismissal or disenfranchising of who we were, is acknowledging it had a purpose, a space, a moment in time, and now we can move and we want to move to a different stage, a different moment, a different place.
Last week, I was decluttering at home.
Yes.
I was cleaning stuff and I was finding, things that I kept for 10 years, 20 years. And I had the opportunity to say goodbye to those things. And for some things, it was easy, right? It was an old photo, or it was an old, note that I got, or it was a piece of clothing that I'm not using, so I can give it to someone so they can use it, they can take advantage of it. And sometimes it was an opportunity to reconnect.
Yeah.
So a lot of the pictures that I found, I took a picture of the picture and sent it to someone and said, listen, look at what I found. Remember that moment. And then I was able to let go because I had the opportunity to share, to honor, and to thank that moment, that person, that experience for what it was, and then move on.
Yeah. No, it's a great example because sometimes we pile on things that we don't even know that we have. And when we uncover, and it happens not only with things, with internal aspects as well. I mean, we are sitting on things that we don't really look at. When we take the time to look, there are opportunities to connect, reconnect, connect the dots, as we like to say, and find new meaning and let go.
I was thinking about the Buddhist, experiences and culture, and how they talk about non-attachment. They talk about letting things go as a way of, finding happiness and fulfillment in life. And they might say it in a different way or different meaning in terms of how attached are you to stuff. And the question I have for all of us is, how attached are we to stuff? And that stuff can be a piece of furniture, a piece of clothing. It could be a picture.
Yeah.
It could be a relationship. It could be an experience, or it could be the idea of any or all those things that no longer are serving us. So how can we honor ourselves and others by letting those things go and creating the space for something new to come, or some renewed? So in the case I was talking about last week, I reconnected with people that I haven't talked for a long time. So it was a way to create this space to renew those relationships and reconnect to those relationships that were important to me at one point of time, and just have a moment of happiness and connection with those people in my life that I haven't seen for years.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic experience, and something that we talk a lot about is curation, is the concept of designing the experiences, the spaces, the wardrobe, the relationships, the appointments in our calendar that serves a purpose of who we want to be, rather than carrying unconsciously things. So the concept of curation also talks about letting the energy flow. That is what
Yes.
Martha did. So instead of, okay, holding on to something, is giving it space and letting it circulate and contact and create new things. So many times when I moved several years ago from a home in which I lived 15 years, I realized that I haven't moved things in 15 years, that I pile things at the back of cupboards.
Oh, and garages here in the US. Oh my God, garages are great. And they hold anything until the day you have to move.
Yes.
And then it's like,
Yes.
oh my God,
Yes.
why did I keep all this stuff?
So those things wait, things have energy. So sometimes we feel tired. We feel that we are languishing and we really don't understand what's going on. And sometimes it's related to what things are we holding on to and leaving there because they are there, rather than a conscious decision of how we want to live ultimately.
Elena, you just talk about something that is so important and we don't give it a lot of importance, which is the way we use our time.
Yeah.
Decluttering energy or energetic things also has to, we can also talk about decluttering time. How are you using your time today? How are you spending or investing your time during the day? Does it serve you, or are you doing it just because you did it every day for the last year, so I keep on doing it every morning? Do you really have to do it? Do you want to invest your time checking social media? Is that what serves you? Maybe during the pandemic it was great because it gave me the opportunity to connect, but right now how is it serving me? Do I want to keep on meeting the same people, going to the same places, investing my time doing those same things, or do I want to do something different? So Elena, the question I have for you is, what can we practically do today or tomorrow to start decluttering our lives?
We have precisely a couple of resources in our Women Awakening Women store that have special prices today because are related to decluttering. So one is because we need to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. So one of the resources invites to do a little meditation and a little being aware of where I am, and then a checklist, room by room in your home, to basically start to review drawers, your fridge. The other day, decluttering, I read something about we keep all things in our head. That doesn't happen to me. I went to the fridge and I went, oh my God, I have things that are already due, a medicine cabinet, cupboard. So we hold on to stuff that we don't need.
Well, it might be occupying space, time, energy that we might need to release. And one thing, Elena, you're talking about all the rooms and all the drawers, and I'm getting overwhelmed. You don't have to do it all together.
No.
You don't have to do it all during the month of April. You can start today and then next month do something else. And then, maybe for 2 months you don't do anything. And that's okay. It's about practicing and making sure that you are getting rid of what don't longer serve you.
And but there is a support mechanism that we are offering you, and also relates
we want to help you. We want to
yes.
guide you through the process and give you the freedom to do it as you wish, at your own pace. So go check our website. There are 2 resources.
Yes.
One talks about decluttering stuff, or physical stuff. The other talk about sentimental items,
yes,
which is a different layer of decluttering. So we invite you to visit our store. We have a special price for those resources for the entire month of April. Go there, check the resources, and let us know what you think.
Yes.
How has it helped you? And maybe if you are willing to do it, let us know what else would you like for us to provide you with some guidance and support, so that we help you and we meet you where you are.
Yes, absolutely. And decluttering ultimately is an invitation to freedom.
Mhm.
So go and run wildly free. This is our intention for yourselves. So thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. Have an amazing rest of the month. And remember, Earth Day is coming. So when we think about decluttering, let's
Yes.
think about how are we helping the environment? What are
Yes.
we eating? What are we giving back to Mother Earth? And how are we decluttering the earth, the
Yes.
air that we breathe, and leaving this place in a better place than we find it? So we'll see you all live next month for the month of motherhood.
Yes.
Sending you love, light, and space to be free.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops. And now